Good morning, everybody. Welcome to today's cargo flight. We're continuing our DHL run out to Southeast Asia and back. We're currently in Delhi, New Delhi, and we're going to be flying down to Jakarta in Indonesia. We got, looks like Nick and Kevin flying along with us today. Now, Nick's in the A310. Kevin is supposed to be in the Antonov 225, but he's showing up, it looks like a 320. At least it's not a Cherokee, but not sure why that's happening. But we're going to be flying from here down. It's about a 6-hour flight, and as I've stated before, and as it says in the description, this is going to be a split stream. Once we're in cruise, I'm going to end the stream, and then we'll pick it up again as we brief for our arrival into Jakarta. We're on the Northern Europe multiplayer server, and it's just turned dark, so looks like we got a night flight ahead of us. So we're just going to pop over to here, make sure that's ready to go. But we can get inside, or on board, yeah, I said inboard. Aircraft is loaded, and we can start getting her all set up and ready to go. Alright, so as you can see, she's dark. We're bringing her right up from cold. So we'll turn on that. We'll get the dome light on. Let's throw on a little bit of system lighting. And we can start getting on some other lights here, so you can see what we are doing. Now, let's kill the caution. Where is my, is it? I remember my buttons here. There we go. Trying to remember where everything is. There's the reading light. Do have the dome lights on. Oh, there it is. It was down here somewhere. Alright, we get the pedestal lights up, and then we'll get the overhead lights up. That's much better. Pedestal flood. Let's see if we can. That's the map light. Alright, we're pretty much good there, so let's start going through our setup and our safety check. So weather radar is off, parking brake is on, fuel levers are off, thrust levers are off, flap levers retracted, speed brakes are disarmed, gear lever is down, ignition mode selector is off, and wipers are off. So up to the batteries. Batteries are now on, external power is confirmed, ARM logo lights are on, system 1 APU fire test. APU fire test is up. I'm going to just turn on the Discord audio so Kevin and Nick, you guys can use it for our calls just so we can deconflict. Just do that. Engine fire tests. We'll come over here to engine 1. Loop A, B, and there's the handle. And engine 2. A, B, and the handle. We'll turn on our fuel pumps. All of them are on. And we are good to start the APU. So APU master going to on. Go to 3 count, APU on. Turn that off. Go over to APU mode. And clear all our warnings. And we'll wait for the APU to fire up. While it's doing that, we can start getting some of our other information in here. We're going to start with our load today. So we are simulating being a cargo variant. So we'll pull up our flight plan. So we have a fuel load of 39,578, so 39.6 tons of fuel. So make sure we get that all in. 39.6 tons of fuel. That is confirmed. We're going to put in our 16.4 tons of cargo. And we're going to make up the difference on the passengers just to get the weight up, because we want a final weight of 157. Oh, sorry, estimated takeoff weight 1515. Hello, Robert. How are you doing today? So we're just going to slide this around until we get up to that zero fuel weight of 112. Uh, 325. That's actually pretty close. And 151926. 151. That's slightly more. Let's go to 1515. As close as I can get it to that. That will do. So we'll click apply. We are now loaded in with that. So the APU is up and running. We'll come up top. APU bleeds on. And we can switch over here to our APU generators, and we can see we are drawing power off the APU. Turn off the external power. Alright, so up a little bit more, we'll get the adheres going. That's 1, 2, and 3. We'll turn on the galley power. Realign that. Low priority oxygen supply can come on. I'm going to turn on the pro heats. I'm going to turn on the window heats. Emergency exit lights are armed. Signs on. Overhead panel, no white lights. It's looking good. And APU is up and running. APU bleed is confirmed on. External power is off, and our lights are good. So we can now start doing our setup. Clear our messages there, so we're going to come down here, correct engines. Database is current to the 23rd of March. to our initialization. So menus, 8 cars. We're going to bring in our route. There we go. VIDP to WIII is all good. Cost index of 30. Our flight ID is DHK 103 for DHL. And our cruise, we are step climbing initial to 33,000, and then later on we're going to climb up to 35,000. So that's good. Click align IRSs, and that is now underway. So let me grab the weather, and we'll see what we're doing. Visibility was reportedly a little bit, yeah, it's still in the red. We got 3-kilometer visibility in haze right now. Very few clouds, but we definitely got that haze layer sitting over top of us. So I'll throw that into the chat. There we go. Winds are 310 at 3. Hazy, few clouds at 10,000 feet. 28 degrees out currently. 1014 for the barrow. So we will go up to 1014. And that is set. So back down to the flight plan. So we're going to be departing on runway 28. While we're here, we'll SID, we're going off on runway 28, and we're using the ITBAF 5 Bravo. Departure ITBAF 5 Bravo. We'll insert that. It's all looking very nice. And we'll now click down our route to our arrival. A lot of waypoints on this one. There's WIII. I. So the current weather down in Jakarta has it closing in there with mist and stuff at the moment. But winds at 250 at 7. They've been westerly all day. Looking at the Matar. I heard you on the radio there. Let's see. So we're going to be landing on 25 left. And it looks like straight in. No. It says if there's arrivals available. I'm going to assign one. Let's see what we've got here. In the that'll work. Iguko arrival, and we're going to do the ILS runway 25 left. So it looks like it'll work out very well. So over to the star, it's the ILS 25 left. And it's the Uga 2 Golf, transitioning at Obey. Correct? Yeah, is correct. So that is done, and that is now entered. Just quickly zip down. Discontinuities. That's all looking good. can hear you talking, Kevin. Hope you're intending that to come across. Alright, so there we go. Our flight plan is now in. To move on to our performance. I'll pull up the performance calculator. And A310-300 information is entered in. I'm using the one in the...
oops.
You just heard that, did you? We're using the one in the description. Very handy. Works very well. And our planned takeoff weight for today's flight is... Wait. There we go, and we will calculate. Toga takeoff and 155, 155, 160.
Radio check? Yeah, it's materials.
Yeah, you're loud and clear.
Nice.
Okay, so we have our setup here. We can come over now to our takeoff. Again, that's 154. Our IRS is our line. 155, and our V2 we're going to set up here. It's going to be 161. First, we'll turn on the ATS, pitch, trim, and yaw dampers. And pre-selected initial climb altitude we're going to set to 12,000 feet. And while I'm here, I might as well do this. And runway heading on runway 28 is 284 degrees. We'll dial that in. 284 degrees is set. So let's resume our cockpit preparation. EFIS brightness and modes are good. We can come off with the EPU for that. Flight directors are both on nav, VOR, nav, ILS. Sorry, both flight directors are on. See them both there. VOR and nav ILS set to nav on both sides. Decision height set to -5 and off. Speed Mach verified set to 161. Altitude select 12,000 feet. Heading select 284. Autopilot mullets will set when we get down to the runway. Altimeters are set. 1014 clock is correct. It's now 14:19. And it's about, it's just after 8 o'clock at night here. PWS button is over here. And that is fine. Brakes are on normal mode. Landing elevation for this airport is 778 feet, so we'll set landing elevation of 800. There's 800 feet is set in case we have to return. Your warning horn is good. Now over to the TRP, it is a toga takeoff, so toga is selected, that is fine. Speed brakes are retracted and disarm. Flap lever is up, and we have agreement on the indicator. Parking brakes are confirmed. Set. Takeoff warning test, engine 1. Correct. Engine 2. Correct. That's our configuration checks. Transponder. We will set it to, not that it matters, but 5556. TCAS range we will set to 12 miles. Rudder trim is 0. Weather radar is off. And oxygen mask test is good. So if we come outside, take a look. Everything is good. Chocks are removed. Ground power is removed. Doors are all closed. We have no white lights on the overhead. ATS pitch trim and yaw damper switches are all on. Seatbelt signs and no smoking signs are on. And fuel quantity is checked. 39.6 tons. And we'll verify that is correct. So windows and doors are all closed. Cockpit door is closed. Beacon is coming on. Parking brakes are on. Transponder is on.
Go 300 Charlie, starting engine from Sun 104.
So Kevin's starting on the stand, which is good for him. He's just got a straight out taxi. And I think we are ready to call for our push. So it's
This parking is too small for your aircraft.
I know it's always too small. There they come.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Alright, so we'll set them over here to 60 miles. And we'll get ourselves ready to go as they hook up.
Departure check completed. Bypass being inserted.
Oh, center of gravity, didn't get that in. Let's quickly jump back down again. Second, guys. Just gotta find. I hate when I forget to do this. I can never remember where it, there, that's where it goes. Alright. Let me just quickly do this. Block fuel is 39.5. Center of gravity is 26.6. Our zero fuel weight was 111.9. Pickup weight, and there's our center of gravity 26.6. Alright, so that's now entered in. That's much better. So we are going to be taxiing off this way, so we want to go tail right, nose left.
This parking is too small for your aircraft.
So nose left, tail right.
Docking gear.
New Delhi area traffic, Global Express 103. Push and start facing east from gate. Not sure what gate am I? The cargo ramp.
Release parking brakes. Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Alright, so here we are. We're starting our push. And we got the clearance to start engines. Alright, beacon light is on. Ignition mode selector. It is a even numbered day, so we are on alpha. Here the bleeds coming down and starting engine number 2. Start valve is open. N2 rotation and 1 rotation. And there we go, adding fuel. Yeah, I know, Kevin. Doesn't matter where I put this thing, even the ones that say like large heavy aircraft, it always says, oh, you're too small, or the parking spot's too small for you. I just don't get it sometimes. Alright, so we're going to be taxiing off that way.
Set parking brakes.
Not quite where I was expecting to go to, but that's fine.
Waiting your confirmation for good engine start.
Alright, so for the bus, there's the spike. Starting engine number 1. Start valve is open. We have N2 rotation and 1 rotation. And adding fuel. Oh, I guess it was at 264. Alright, sounds like we've got a good start. And we got the switch off on both sides. And both engines are stable, so ignition mode selector to off. APU bleed will go off. Engine bleeds are now on. APU will come off. Anti-ice not required, not at this temperature. Speed brakes are armed. Flaps going 15-15. Elevator trim is 0.8 up.
Delhi traffic into number 300 Charlie is taxi to 40.128, taxi via Lima 1 and number.
That's the warning that we got huge trim changes, but it was way out of whack. There we go, 0.8 roughly. Rudder trim is still set to 0, and we can do our flight controls. Full left, full right, neutral, full forward, full back, neutral, full left rudder, full right rudder, and neutral. Alright, so nose light coming on. We'll throw in the turn off lights just to give us a little bit of extra light as well. New Delhi area traffic, World Express 103, taxiing to runway 28 via November, Link 33, Kilo, holding short at Juliet 7. Alright, so there's brakes. Oh. Damn it. I always forget these guys. Always. Yeah.
Ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Unlocking gear.
There goes the Antonov. Well, disguised as a A320.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
Alright, we just gotta wait for them to come out and give us the signal. Ancho bus, yeah. I wonder, yeah, I can't figure out why it's doing that. Looks like he's gone over there. Just kind of make him out. There's the pin. Alright. Let's get out of here. Brakes are off. They're a little bit heavy, so we're going to add a little bit of power here. Sorry, Nick, if I've delayed you at all.
And World Express 464 will push back and start facing east after the company passing code.
There he is, okay. My apologies. Got to remember with GSX, they wait. It's funny, I was always complaining that they would say, yeah, good engine start and walk away when you hadn't even got them all up and running, but GSX will wait. But then I forget that they're waiting. But you definitely see that low visibility here. Very hazy in New Delhi today. And it's been hot. Like I said, the sun went down about an hour ago. It's still 28 degrees here. Everything is good. So we're gonna taxi up here, make the right turn, and then it's a short haul down to the end of the runway. Papa, but I'm showing kilo on my charts. taxiing out, we can kill the dome light. Busy down here. I saw another aircraft here when I loaded in, but it's pretty quiet at the moment. For those of you wondering why I'm not seeing Kevin as NAN 225, I do have the aircraft, and I did load it in last night and was looking at it, so I'm not sure why he is not coming up that way in multiplayer. I don't know how it figures out what aircraft to show. I'm happy he's not showing up as a Cherokee as he did last time. So it is an improvement, I guess. But he is definitely not an Airbus. Down to the end here. There he is. You can see how much higher he was floating off the ground. Of course, Antonov is so much bigger. Yeah, I tried changing my traffic model matching settings. Now they may not work until the next time he loads in, so we'll check on his when we arrive in Jakarta. But it is a little bit strange, that's for sure. Alright, here we are. So brakes are set. Alright, so we're going to wait for him to go. New Delhi area traffic, World Express 103, holding short, Juliet 7, runway 28. Of course, he's trying to coordinate his 6-man crew in there to get ready for takeoff. Oh, yeah, pilot, co-pilot, 2 engineers, radio operator, navigation operator, officer, political officer, cabin steward. So there he goes. We'll start the clock. We'll give it 2 minutes. We'll set us up for spacing. And New Delhi area traffic, World Express 103, taking position runway 28 and holding for spacing. Alright, so he is heading up. So ignition to continuous. Anti-ice not required, packs are on, strobes are on.
World Express 464, taxi by
Runway turnoff lights are on.
Kilo to
Nose lights are on. Landing lights are on. Wing lights are on. Brake fans are not required.
300 Charlie Super is through 1,700 foot.
Transponder is on. And weather radar is on. Brakes released. There go next taxiing. It's funny I'm not picking up his transponder. Sneaky Russians. Alright, that'll be 2 minutes by the time we get lined up. Manual braking on. We will reset the clock. Clock is running. Oh yeah, it's showing up on my my thing, so that's fine. All right, we are going into heading select and level change, and we are good there. Oh, engine's coming up to 40%. New Delhi area traffic, World Express 103 departing runway 28 on the Inband 5 Alpha departure, New Delhi. Brakes released. Aircraft is rolling. Takeoff power set. Airspeed's live. knots. V1, rotate. And positive rate. Gear up. Speed brakes disarmed. Autopilot on, nav and profile. Flaps coming up. Nosing down for acceleration.
Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink.
We're not sinking. And slats retract. Above that smog layer now. Nice 10-degree pitch. Engines are rolled back for climb. We're now accelerating out. Alright, so spoilers are disarmed. Landing gear lever is neutral. Packs are on. APU bleeds are off. APU is off. Nose light is off. Runway turn-off lights are off. Ignition is off. Anti-ice not required. TRP is in auto climb. Parking brake is off. Auto brakes are off. Wing lights off. It's 5,000 feet. Should be making our turn. There we go. Pump out the range. So, everything is looking good, and we can dial in our initial climb altitude of flight level 330. Speeds up to 250, that's us through 10,000 feet. Landing lights will come off. And all our lights are set. And everything is looking good. Get that off. Accelerating. So tomorrow we're flying the next leg in our world tour. We're heading up to northern Japan. And the question I put on the channel was, given the current world situation, we have an issue with Russia being one of the legs. Now, I asked, should we skip that stop? And the results were 47% land in Russia, 47% skip Russia, and 6% no opinion either way. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to skip Russia, and we will just fly on to the next destination. Now I did do a check on that, and it's going to be a 4-hour leg as we head from northern Japan to our destination that would follow the Russia one. So it's going to be a little bit of a longer leg, but very doable in the aircraft that we're flying. So it's looping around here. So that's the plan for that, and then we'll carry on from there on the rest of the tour. Starting on, well, this coming Saturday will be our Ward Air flight out of Montego Bay back to Canada, and then we're going to put the Ward Air flights on hold for a while, and we're going to start a new series on Saturdays. It's going to be on VATSIM, and we're going to be flying basically around the Atlantic. So we're going to head up the eastern side of the Americas and come down the western side of Europe and Africa. So it'll be an interesting series. So that's going to start in about 2 weeks. And we may also be doing a new series on Tuesdays. We'll have to see. We're going to keep our North America flights on Fridays. Currently we're flying Aurora in the A320, and Sundays will rotate between our DHL flights, and on race weekends for Formula One, our Formula One support flights. So keeping us busy. And of course, Wednesdays will be our multiplayer old airplane tours, currently flying the DC-3 in England. So again, very clear skies here, but very smoggy over New Delhi. Kevin, how did I get in front of you? Interesting. You must have a slower aircraft than I do. Alright, so we're going to be heading down over eastern India, then heading out over the water, coming ashore down in Indonesia, Malaysia, and then flying down to Jakarta. So what we can do is take a look at our route. I'll bring it up. We're just over here at New Delhi now. We're going to fly down, basically going to do south east, come down over the main part, just continue down out over the water, come across Malaysia here, then down over Indonesia, and fly all the way down. And then we're going to come in on the arrival here. We're going to come out probably something like this way down to Naguku, and then make the turn, and we'll come in, and then come in for the intercept on the ILS. So that one, we'll pick up the ILS here at Ofgeg, come down and land. Once we're down here at the airport, as mentioned, we'll be landing on runway, let's see, 25 left. So that will put us in down here. We'll then taxi down, we'll make a right-hand turn off, and we'll head over to the cargo apron, which is down here on the south side of the airport. As you can see here, there's some big spots, so we'll be going in right over here. So that is the planned route for the flight. And given the length of the flight, and that once we get up to our cruise level of 33,000, will settle in and the stream will end. And then in about 5 hours or so, give or take, we will be back with the second part, second stream, and we will be doing our arrival briefing and getting ready for landing. Let's turn those down a little bit, they're a little bit bright. As you can see, we're passing 23,000 feet. It's quite the long flight, 2,600 miles. And we've actually split it. This flight on the list is actually a direct flight to Sydney. But it was almost 14 hours, and that was a bit much. So we split it in half. First half, New Delhi to Jakarta. Just monitoring everything on the aircraft now. Over here, run through our status pages. Everything is looking good for the engines. Here's our hydraulic system. Pressure's up. Everything is green. AC electrical. Running off both generators 1 and 2 off the engines. Everything is looking fine. DC electrical, it's all normal. The batteries are charging, and we're good there. Bleeds are working as they should. Pressure is up. The temperatures in and out are good. There's our air conditioning, pulling a nice 23 degrees throughout the aircraft. Pressurization is working fine. You see the adjustment it's making as we continue to climb. And of course, fuel is looking good and properly balancing as we go. APU, of course, is off. Flight controls are good and in the green. Doors are all closed and our wheel temperatures are fine. We're through 26,000 feet. That gives us about 7,000 to go. The outside air temperature is just past 2 down into -2, so pretty hot out here. I'm sure the engines at this altitude were preferred to be a lot colder. We're going to be step climbing at, where do we step climb at? Ladder. Should be going up to 350. There's ladder. So it's a little bit of ways. Come over to our progress page. Right now it's saying our maximum is 330, so we're going a little bit above our optimal, but we'll just sit there and then burn fuel as we go and increase it. So once we get up to our 350, we'll do our step climb. That might be slightly later than ladder. We'll have to see how the aircraft is and what the temperatures and everything outside is, and how the aircraft is performing. 29,000, 4,000 to go. There's the guys still behind us there. Yeah, it looks like, Kevin, you are climbing pretty slowly. Be interesting to know what your load is for this flight. Probably carrying a locomotive or something on that thing. All right, 1,500 feet to go. Or 2,500 feet to go, sorry. Of the 330. So we got a good 1450 rate of climb. It's 300,000 kilograms. You got a boiler in the back? Wow. That'll do it. I'm carrying 39,000 kilograms of fight climate change stickers. And we're shipping them all around the world by air. Not much to see out tonight. A few city lights and everything. 1,000 to go. Ladder is actually way out over the Indian Ocean. So, yeah, we got quite the haul to get there for our step climb. There we go, 200 feet to go. Rate of climb decreasing. 0.79 for our cruise speed. Engines are rolling back as we settle into our cruise. There we are. Alright, we're all settled in at cruise level now. The aircraft is pretty much level. We're en route to our next waypoint. A little bit of a wind. Got a nice tailwind of about 33 degrees pushing on the back at about a 60-degree angle, so that's nice. So we're going to leave it here, and we'll pick it up in about 5 hours as we do our briefing for our descent into Jakarta in Indonesia. It's probably going to be a nighttime arrival. I don't think the sun will be coming up by then, but you never know. Could see the dawn. We'll have to see. So thanks very much for watching. Again, thanks for Nick and Kevin for coming along on the flight. We will be back in about 5 hours with the second stream to do our arrival into Jakarta. So we will see you then. Bye for now.